Yuma's best no fucks given Panzer Tank Girl. Zen is best turn your neighbor's corpse into fertilizer murder hobo farmer boy. I mean, yes. Oh, there's definitely some of that. Oh. Haruto, what's wrong? You totally seem down.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's just that Zen and Minamo were arguing over something stupid earlier. Wow, the timing of this one. What was it? I think it began when they were discussing tomorrow's plans or something. Before I knew it, they were criticizing each other and getting personal. They could both be pretty stubborn, so neither of them could back down by that point. Zen and Minamo, huh? Well, it's not like they don't like each other, but they do argue a lot. Why do they seem so down about this? Or why do you seem so down about this? Well, I wanted to calm them down, so I decided to step in. Got punched from both ends. Told them it's important to acknowledge the other person instead of just denying them. All I did was add fuel to the fire, and they got even more savage with each other. Oh. Things finally settled when Dr. Ichio stepped in, but I ended up being completely useless.
No problem.
Naruto was just put back together, right? I decided to step between them. I got bitch slapped through a house. You're not useless. Remember what you told me when I couldn't find food, Haruto? You said even if you try your best and fail, at least you can say you tried.
Yeah.
Sachika.
Yeah.
Besides, I'm sure Zen and Minamo understand you did what you could because you care for them. So what I'm saying is, you're not useless and you did your best and, Hey, what's so funny? Oh my god, Sachika pouty face is just so cute. What if I could turn that into an emote? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. But thanks, Sachika. I feel much better. Good. Don't stress yourself out, Haruto. You can always talk to Sachika about anything.
Yeah.
Thanks, I will. Facing her reminds you of a canary. The hair does not help. So I have to admit, I have a small confession to make.
Good morning.
For a long time, I've considered, you know, the possibility of moving over to all emotes being a single character kind of thing, you know, centralize the brand, so to speak. But I really like that our emotes are also reflective of the various different games that we like. You know, things we've played around here that went over really well, stuff like that. But I gotta say, after doing 3 Yuma emotes back to back, man, I kind of just want to make all of our emotes one person. Yeah. I can really see the appeal in single character after having done several in a row of one character. It's actually pretty cool. Never explain if Sachika is a clone, can't grow back her arm and leg. Explain it, no, but they did eventually bring it up. Ever since the original cloning of her, for some reason, those parts didn't come back. And she was dismembered, and they only had part of her. And they were missing an arm and a leg, and for whatever reason, they don't understand why. Those parts did not come back. Mamoru mused that maybe it's because those parts were cremated and their soul has ascended, so to speak. As a joke, but they have no explanation for why she's not coming back full. Realistically, she should. They have no reasoning. Like the word diverse lets me pull out emotes in different communities. Eventually, I think I am going to have to centralize for a brand. When I do, though, I'll be damn sure it'll be for a good character. One of mine, but it's something I've been looking into for a while. Buff Mamoru emote. I think I'd need more slots to cover how buff that man is. Like, that dude is a 3 emote kind of guy. Finally asked this game the subject came up, if events reflected in her at all after the story itself. No. Only in the actual plot things going on. Not in any of the Bond events. And I don't know about any new scenes that have turned up in dungeons, though. I assume older ones will not have, and new ones might. Now, before we all get completely decrepit and ancient, or... well, what the hell, let's just finish those bonds. Where's our 5-part emote of Dick Cherry God? Well, Dick of Justice did not make it through the testing phase, so... yeah. Could go in right now. More bonding. Finish people up, maybe. Aw, Sachika's my precious friend. So this is what trust is like. Sachika is going to be the first person to finish 4 people. Oh, no, actually, I think those will go off first.
Good night.
Yeah, I do appreciate that they actually touched on it, though, and were just straight up like, this makes no scientific sense, and I can't explain it. So, like, they acknowledge that it's bizarre. Fried egg. Garlic. Oh, they're, well, they're playing a localized version of Shiratori. Crepe. A piece, so pilaf. Well, technically not pea though, but foie gras. Ramen. No, I wish I could eat some. I mean, darn it, that ends with S. I lost again.
No.
You put up more of a fight this time. You nearly had me. I'm 0 wins and 24 losses with food word chain now. You're too good at this, Yuma. As the name of Yuma Mashiro, I cannot lose in a game involving food.
Wait a minute.
Food and games are both in your field of expertise. I know. Why don't we play with flower names this time? And then I might have a chance. Or maybe not. Yeah, they're playing Shiratori. That's why I said localized Shiratori. But, well, I guess if you go off the last characterization, you could argue that the clip does end with P, so to speak. For the unfamiliar, basically the last character is has to be the first character of the next thing, with no repeats, and I can't remember any other rules. There's no wish list. Zenario as Deal and Lude. Zen as Deal, really? But I don't know that I could. Where is it? I know I've got it here somewhere. See, I don't know that I could validate Zen for Deal when this was a thing. I'm getting sleepy too. Maybe we should start heading back. I've nearly replaced Deal with that. The only reason I haven't is because Deal was actually a Daimyo request for our Saints Row 2 Persona 4 the Blackened Edition run. I know. Yuma, can we hold hands?
Huh?
With you? I know I should be using words to convey what I'm thinking like you do, but this is an important method of communication too. I think right now more than anything. This is the best way to show you my current state of mind. Blackened. Blackened is in the Blackened from Danganronpa. We did a Saints Row 2 playthrough. We didn't quite get to finish on late Friday nights. Where one of the characters looked like Yukiko and the other one looked like Chie, and my god, was it profane and violent. It's like life after Inaba. Shit went so south. I know I was right not to give up. If anything, Zen is more of a... Yes, actually, someone asked for Zen like that. You give up on what?
Yes.
They're coming closer with you. Time and time again, I have been hated by women such as yourself in particular. At schools, social outings by people of various ages and various groups. Oh, I think I can see that. If it wasn't for our circumstances, and if you hadn't kept trying without giving up, I don't think we would have come this far. I blame Johnny and his hareming ways for how Yukiko and Chie ended up in SR2. Somebody find the clip that summed up our Saints Row 2 run. I'm pretty sure someone in here knows exactly the one I mean. I should be thanking you. No, I am the one who should be thanking you. I never knew the simple act of playing word games or holding hands could be so heartwarming. Oh, so there are things even you don't know.
Yes.
Yes, and you're the one who taught me.
Yes.
And then we're even, right? But I am not giving up my wins for word chain. And then I'm definitely gonna win next time. Yes, find me the clip! And then fire the missiles. Well, apparently we found the middle-aged version of this, and, oh god, Rinko just became an adult, didn't she? That's why. I was gonna say, wait, child Rinko, but I think she just grew up. God damn it. Oh, it's so psychotic. Hang on. Rinko voice for this. It's so soft, and this comforting sense of acceptance. My goodness, and this is going to ruin me. Damn it, Rinko, you're killing me here. It appears you have become completely enamored by my captivating body. I'm head over heels. I never want to let go. That will not do. It is almost breakfast time. Of course it is.
Good morning.
Oh, it is hard to beat. It is hard to beat the meat dress comment, though. Well, I think that means Yuma and Rinko are the first to finish up, along with was there one other person. No, that's it. They are the first ones to actually finish 4 of 7 possible links. I love you so much now. Nice. We are more than friends. I love how she views people. He helps my late night snacking habits. His presence is bold. I must outdo him. We are more than friends. So adorable. I will keep her by my side, and she's like a warm ray of sunlight. And just point out, I think Rinko beat almost everyone in terms of sauciness in those scenes. I would say that generally speaking, most of the ones that have had to do with Yuma have been a little bit more race. Let's say a little bit racy in their wording compared to others, except for the Sachika one. The Sachika one was actually still adorable. Did not expect Yuma Rinko to be a ship, and yet here we are. Well, I mean, come on, best tank and best damage on the field. Clearly best pairing off the field. Generic comment number 1 still your favorite? Yeah. Base level version Yuma to Haruto is pretty hard to beat. Generic commenter number 1. I'm almost sad she didn't upgrade us to like another NPC like title. Alright. People are gonna get older soon. We're nearly done that round of bond stuff. I guess the question's gonna be, do we just waste everyone after the fact? We should probably go ahead and trigger whatever the next bit of story is, though. But, before we do even that... Okay, Kiri found the clip. Oh, you found the clip? There is the clip. There is the clip. Oh god, yes, yes. If that is the stabbing, then, yep. That sums up that Saints Row 2 playthrough. Really well. So before we actually advance that story, let's get caught up. The night before the day we executed the plan, Adelina and I had a final meeting in my room to go over the details. On the table was the usual notepad. 4 pistols, including some spares. The detonation device for the pipe bombs we had already set in the gathering hall. And the detonation device for the dynamite that would blow Mani to smithereens. Adelina didn't write anything in the notepad, instead picking up 2 of the pistols and placing them in front of me. Then she moved everything else to her side of the table. Damn. I guess that's one way to get the point across. Can't trust you to do any of it. I only had 2 pistols while Adelina got everything else. What kind of distribution is this? I furrowed my brows with this thought in mind. Adelina stared into my eyes as she wrote in the notebook with a pen. Sorry, but I don't trust you. I'm afraid you'll suddenly change your mind about the plan over your feelings for your sister. Worst case, you might even betray our country and defect to this side. Change my mind? Betray my country and defect to Mani? The thought had never even crossed my mind. What the hell did you think I was struggling with all this time? Oop, I see text errors. This is not the final note. This is the second final. We have 87%. There are 8. Just what part of me have you been observing all this time? I couldn't even be bothered to try and justify myself. It was only natural for Adelina to be cautious of me. I know I'd given her enough reasons to suspect me because of my past actions. I gave a small, reluctant nod and stuck the guns I was given into the holster around my waist. Well, our discussion here was done. That was what Adelina's tight-lipped expression told me as she got up and left. I'm so damn sad that City Life has changed so Yukiko never got quoted. If we ever get back to Saints Row 2, maybe remind me then. After confirming the sound of the door closing, I began thinking about tomorrow. Dr. Terashima decided whether or not he'd attend the facility-wide assembly depending on how he was feeling that day. The bomb would take care of him if he attended, or Adelina would take him out with a bullet to the head if he didn't. My sister had a periodic examination to go to, so she wouldn't be at the assembly. She was confirmed to be targeted by Adelina. We divided up the task of shooting anyone who wouldn't be at the assembly, and Adelina was in charge of both Dr. Terashima and my sister. And that reason, of course, was so I wouldn't get any funny ideas. So I wouldn't start talking nonsense. So I wouldn't get swayed by my stupid emotions. She had such little trust for me I couldn't help but laugh. I wouldn't trust me either. Get back to Saints Row 2 after 428 days later. Oh my god. The VC will eventually come back. We both have things to sort, obviously. Adelina was right. She should suspect the suspicious. I'd been struggling to kill my emotions all this time, but just like Adelina, I didn't trust my own heart. I sighed and decided to do maintenance on my gun to take my mind off my predicament. I took out the Boston bag my sister had put all her guns and equipment in for the plan. From there, I took out the small aluminum case containing the firearm maintenance tools. I was short one silencer. Before Adelina got here, there were 4 silencers for 4 guns, but now there were only 3 in the bag. This mission would be carried out after the explosion, so we wouldn't be needing the silencers this time. So why... Adelina. Adelina didn't trust me. I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to eliminate the root of what could make me turn my back on the plan. My 6-year-old sister and Dr. Terashima. Adelina must be planning to kill them tonight before the plan would be set in motion. And she didn't want me to find out. That was why she took the silencer. I took a deep breath. Adelina was going to kill my 6-year-old big sister and Dr. Terashima tonight. So what if she did? It wasn't a problem. So what if a couple people died today instead of tomorrow? Well, to be fair, depending on who finds them, potentially it could alert a lot of shit. In fact, a couple factors that could be troubling me tomorrow would be eliminated early. I should be happy. Right. I thank Adelina tomorrow. I didn't like her very much until now, but I appreciated her thoughtfulness this time around. Thanks. Yeah, that was it. No reason to feel troubled. None at all. That should be the case. But my heart overpowered my logic. Before I knew it, I leapt out of my room and ran toward my sister's room. My hunch was right. I found the door to my sister's room wide open. From the opening, I could see the horrible scene I'd pictured in my head earlier. My 6-year-old big sister sitting on her bed with a fearful expression on her face. Adelina standing before her with a gun pointed right at her. Adelina clicked her tongue and turned around to face me. Just as she did, I leapt at her. Wait. What is there to wait for? We tumbled to the floor. I got on top of Adelina, then she ended up on top of me. We fought to mount each other like a scene in a Hollywood movie. In the corner of my eye, I saw my sister watching us with a pale expression. We already know the plan didn't work on Terashima. Yeah, I'm really curious, given what we saw of how things ended there, I'm curious how they got to that with all of this going on. In our struggle, Adelina aimed her silencer at me. A moment before she fired, I knocked it out of her hands with a swift chop. I mounted Adelina once again, and pressed down to crush both her shoulders with my hands to end this futile battle for the mount. Suddenly, my brain was heavily rattled inside my head. Adelina's fist had connected directly on my left cheek. I lost consciousness. The tables had turned in an instant. How quickly the tide turns! The shock of my head hitting the ground jolted me back to reality.
Look, Vegeta.
Adelina was now on top of me.
Subscriber.
Sentinel with 27 months, 3 entire sub-babies, all of which have been fired into space. Please don't mind me. It's just a habit at this point. Can we get some comments in chat for Sentinel, please? Cheers and thank you so much for the support. Welcome back. All the stuff in Discord aside, how you doing today? Her legs were securely holding down my arms. She had me completely under control. So, is little big sister going to shoot her in the back, you think? Adelina stared me down with an icy glare. Wordlessly, she pulled a gun out from my own holster. She pressed the barrel against my head. I had a feeling it would end like this. With those final words, she pressed the trigger without a shred of hesitation. Adelina then fell to the ground, bleeding from the side of her head. What? Why did Adelina die instead of me? The sudden flood of information was too much for me to process, and the falling Adelina seemed to move in slow motion. I looked in the direction Adelina's wound had come from. My 6-year-old big sister was holding a gun with a silencer in her hand. I'm sorry. Why did she apologize? Why was she aiming at Adelina? Oh, because we're sisters and I was almost killed. But how was she so calm after shooting someone? My 6-year-old big sister lowered her gun and looked at me sadly. There wasn't a hint of confusion toward the current situation in her expression. Oh. Well. I guess she never forgot any of it. It's like watching Doom approach. Our big annual awards gala Saturday and all hell's breaking loose. Woo! My promotion, I also have a prominent part representing the company, so no pressure. Oof. Good luck with that. Gunslinger curls. Oh my. Wow. Yeah, sorry. Given the I'm sorry, now I can only imagine the Rinko in the hall scene. What is it you meant to say in a time like this? Oh, I am sorry. The situation Adelina and I were in, the intentions Adelina and I had, her calm expression told me she understood all that. Big sister, I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to apologize. I remember everything. Huh? She went on with calm, unlit eyes and a mature expression that couldn't possibly be mistaken for that of a 6-year-old. You of all people must have noticed, Olga, that for some reason I lost my memories as a spy after being revived as a clone, that my memory was impaired. Wait a minute. But it was all a lie. I remembered it all. Everything. I was only pretending to forget. What are you saying? My accidental death was arranged by me, too. Oh, snap! Okay. She blew herself up. It was a suicide. I decided for myself. And killed myself. I'd realized there was a possibility of that. But I didn't put much thought to it because I thought it would be an insult to my sister. It just wasn't realistic. But unfortunately, my instincts were right. Why? I couldn't help but ask. I already knew most of the truth, and I could imagine the words that were about to come out of my sister's mouth. I didn't want to know the awful truth. I'd rather stay ignorant. But still, I had to ask. Why? Why did she choose suicide? Because I didn't know anymore. I didn't know if my religious views were right, or whether I really should carry out the plan. So I wanted to make sure. Since I had an X scheme planted already, I would probably be revived as a clone. Then I would know for myself. If I was revived as a clone, would I still be me, or someone else entirely? I mean, I gotta say, credit to her for the commitment and the conviction. She kind of just did the ultimate take of walk a mile in someone else's shoes. We're gonna kill all the clones in the cloning tech. Maybe we should find out what it's like to be one first. Was cloning technology truly the work of the devil like we thought? Then, what did you find out? What did you see after confirming for yourself? I was still me. That was why. That was why my sister wept so uncontrollably after being revived as a clone. Those weren't tears of relief from finding out she didn't die, nor were they tears of joy for our reunion. She was left with no choice but to deny the religion she'd believed in. Those were tears of despair from that horrible realization. I was still me. All my thoughts, feelings, and memories were all within the new me. My new body didn't feel right at first, but that was it. Only the container changed. Everything else was still me. I couldn't have faith in my own religion anymore. I went through the trouble of dying, so it would have been nice to be revived as someone else. There were tears in my big sister's eyes. Then, if it wasn't me, I couldn't work with you again to do what I needed to. Things wouldn't have had to change. I'm sorry for running away. I couldn't move forward or backward. I just ran away by pretending to lose my memories.
It's a subscriber.
Fatalis. Another $21 dues for 27-month Arudis. Can we get some... Give us some comments in chat, please. Dude, thank you so much for the T3 above and beyond and 27 months of continued support. Welcome back, dude. How you doing today? What have you been up to? I haven't been able to get to any late night EDF the last couple of days with everything going on, but hopefully soon, depending, maybe even tonight during Deadpool and Cinema Zero, since I've already seen it, I can just kind of run it on the side. I pushed everything onto you. It made you suffer. Now I understood. I finally understood the reason my father tried appointing me as the first one to infiltrate Mani. He must have recognized the perilous position she was in. He knew this could happen someday. He knew she would try to find out for herself. He knew she would try to run away. But it was too late for me to realize all this. My beloved sister was crying in front of my eyes. Work new position keeps you there late regularly. Oh! Okay, is that why the all the shifted schedule? There was only one thing I can say to her. It will all be okay. Even though there was no reason to believe that. Even though nothing really was okay. Even though we had no idea what the future would hold. Even now I tried getting through this situation with irresponsible words. I'll be around to our EDF on Saturday if I'm working on Saturday. Thanks for letting me know. I might push it out into next week then, if you let me know what your schedule is looking like. I still want to get one more day of EDF on stream because we got, all the suits unlocked and we only got to tinker with 2 of them on stream. And the other ones are pretty fantastic. It'll be okay. My sister crouched down to the floor and wailed as if she were actually a child. Well, it's possible that they ultimately bailed on executing it at all. And then Terashima kind of did his thing anyways. Hey, Nicole Kitty. Yes, Haruto is back. He's got a blazing decapitator. He's catching up in levels a little bit. He's still got a ways to go. Sachika and Ryo have capped out. And he's 14 levels below the next closest person. But our boy's back. Make sure down when we work next week. No, dude, no. Don't. You take care of you first. If you can't make it for the actual on-show one, it's cool. We still got plenty to play when you're off work too. Technically, we're still in Mamoru's chapter, so we decided to have a party in commemoration of a new beginning. We've been living out here for so long, we're quite experienced with survival skills by now. We get a fire going right away and make preparations for cooking.
Wow! Just look at all that fat dripping off the meat! It looks so tasty! FAT stands for flavorful and tasty. Of course it will be delicious.
I have never heard that before. Has anyone else ever heard that before?
Oh! So fat is made of deliciousness, huh?
So, there are 2 Sachikas inside her. I suppose that explains some things, but it's still hard to believe. You have been a while? You actually have? It sounds like the kind of thing that must have come from somewhere, but I've never actually run into that before. NSFW stands for not safe for waistline. How are the two Sachikas in one? We don't know yet. We know that original Sachika's personality and memories are there, and they've woken up. But we don't know why they're there. They shouldn't, in theory, be there. Hard to believe them being brought back to life from those little X keys.
True.
I guess you have a point. After Haruto was revived and everyone forgave me, somehow, Sachika suddenly tells us she's going to sleep and reverts to clone Sachika's personality. It seems she doesn't share memories with the other Sachikas, so we have to explain some things again.
Dr. Ichio.
Are you worried, Dr. Ichio? Hmm? Yeah, fat means flavor of her, but I haven't heard it like literally flavorful and tasty is an actual acronym is nice. About what?
What if?
We killed Kurosuke, yes. His X key started to regenerate him again. We ripped the X key out of the machine, destroying the body being created in the process, and we overwrote his X key with Haruto's data. About the possibility of the old Sachika not coming back. We consider both Sachikas our dear friends, but... No, so that's what Rinko's concerned about.
Right.
I feel the same way now. I don't think I ever necessarily hated clone Sachika. Hey, Sweet 128, how's it going? In fact, I love her. I spent many years helping her through her childhood. I was afraid of accepting that and forgetting my hatred, and my sister along with it. It didn't format the X key. Well, I don't know that we didn't necessarily. Mamoru handled the process.
I'm sorry.
We never realized. I'm actually horrified by the idea that I'm gonna have to fight Kurosuke as well. Well, look at it this way. We found a really good room to fight him in. We found a really good way to bait him for all the various breaks, and actually, if I'd realized I could get him to start running around the other way instead of going for the heart, which was the really risky shots, we could have broken the other parts on the other side of him instead. I don't think it's that bad. Just, head for that room, make the loop. He takes the bait, and you never get far enough away from him for him to warrant firing that giant freaking flare cannon of his. Of course not. There's nothing to worry yourself over.
In that case...
Well, I'm sure she'll return. I actually met her on the day I woke up on Garage Island.
What?
You did?
No.
Yeah, after you all showed me your X keys for the first time, Sachika also showed me hers. She sort of lifted her dress. Really didn't want to tell anyone about it at the time, only just got here. It's gonna make me look really questionable. I thought she was acting odd at the time, but now that I think about it... Lifted her dress?
Haruto.
You peeked under Sachika's dress.
Hmm?
Yeah, wait, what? Peeked? It's a very specific choice of words, man.
Hey!
Now, hold on. She's the one that showed me.
No.
My little sister can't do such a thing. Is this supposed to be a light novel title or something? Good, I'm glad he thought it too. Because I sure as hell did. Now. At least we know it's possible for Sachika to come back someday.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks for the support, Rinko.
Huh?
I still think it's contemptible that you looked up her dress. So, this is what an icy smile looks like in person.
It's like this.
I don't have any siblings, but do you have a sister complex or something, Dr. Ichio? Well, yes.
Come on now.
I didn't even try to deny it. Oh man, what should we do starting tomorrow?
Good grief.
Well, there are more than enough things for us to do. We consume things just by living.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I think it'd be good for us to have a goal to work toward.
Right.
Then we can start from there. Maybe we can search for other ruins.
That's it!
I like that. Maybe there's someone else alive out there too.
No.
The lower the number of the extent machines humanity counter, the more accurate it is. Can't you just let us be hopeful for a bit?
I agree.
If there aren't any other survivors, there must be useful tools or something left behind by humanity. And who knows? Lady Sachika here might use it to invent something brilliant.
Ahem.
Yep, leave it to me.
No problem.
I'll study lots and fix everyone's bodies like the old Sachika fixed the arcade cabinet.
Oh!
Then we can all make kids together. We'll fill the world with our children.
What?
Make kids? What are you saying, Sachi?
That's right.
You know, I didn't even think about that. We have a doctor too, so why not, right, Minimo?
You dummy!
Get the hell away from me! Doc, help me out here.
Don't.
And then, if you touch Sachika, you die.
Good grief.
In the end, the only thing we find out is just how much of a weirdo Dr. Ichio really is. You're not wrong. Oh god, please don't kill me. Again. Clone Sachika's dream is nearly impossible to achieve. There's a concept known as minimum viable population. The idea is for humanity to be preserved, it requires at least 1,000 diverse individuals. There are only 8 of us left. Humankind is already doomed. But still,
Nothing is impossible.
science has proven this time and time again. I want to believe in those words from my sister. We spend the rest of the night getting rowdy, laughing, and showing our gratitude. 9 months of extends. What if we could at least find a way to duplicate ourselves? Maybe that'll help. For the blessings of nature, for life itself, for you and the others being here with me. You can't live alone. That's why I couldn't kill them right away. Even while I was thinking of revenge, because they were here, and I had a reason to live, because I had someone to hate.
Dad, I'm going to live on. Until the day eternity comes to an end.
Can you imagine if anything happened to the extend machine? Our extend machine, the garage unit. Technically, if they can store clone bodies, why can't they just make test tube babies? Good question. Don't know that we have the parts. They did mention early on that reproduction essentially wasn't possible for us because the accelerated growth of clones basically disrupts everything.
This is...
Is this the garage?
Yeah.
When did I fall asleep here? I'm beginning to remember. After we partied on the beach, we took it to the garage and I fell asleep here. Must be from that wine Zen made in secret. We bounded through that like there's no tomorrow. And there's no one around, and it's awfully quiet. I'm suddenly struck with a powerful sense of loneliness and anxiety. That's right, after all I've done, I can't blame them if they abandoned me. I sprint out of the garage as if I were set on fire. Or it were set on fire. Everyone? Where did everyone...
Dr. Ichio.
Thank goodness.
Haruto. Oh, thank goodness. Sheesh, I endured solitude for so many years, but now I can't be left alone for a few minutes?
Well...
I was out like a light. Is everyone having breakfast already? Oh. Haruto? I finally realized Haruto was acting strangely.
What is that?
Dr. Ichio. Care to explain that? And then I see something I can hardly believe.
What?
What the... How in the world?
Impossible.
How is this here? The others must have heard me as they all turn around.
Hey!
Mani! I wonder if that's the sea base for Mani. Come on, Doc. This surprises ain't cool, man.
You shouldn't.
No, you should have told us there were more ruins. We were totally shocked.
Don't tell me.
No. It wasn't me.
I...
I don't even know the coordinates of that place. I never even knew where it was. I've been searching for it since the world was destroyed, but could never find it.
How can this be?
That's why I assumed it sank into the sea. What do you mean? Are you saying you were the one who moved the island?
Wait a minute.
No.
How is this possible? Why in the world is Mashiro Nanotechnology Institute here? Who could have...
I wonder if Sachika woke up and, like, took us to Mani.